Wow, what an event. What an event. Thanks for that intro. That was very kind. She's absolutely right. I was resigned. That's a great word for it. And probably better word for it is inspired by my dog or motivated by my dog. He's the one who keeps driving me to do all this stuff. But Hattie gave a little background, just quick intro on me. As she said, entrepreneurial, so I've done 4 different startups. Meetup, we started in 2002, and that's gone pretty well. We've really enjoyed that. Most recently, Bark, which I'll talk more about today. In between those two, I was working on the venture capital side, so working for Polaris Ventures, running an incubator, helping startups get going. So that's a little bit about me. And this is awesome. I've never been to Copenhagen. I've never been to this conference. This is really cool. 8,000 people showing up. It's amazing, and there's like good energy and good just innovation. So the innovation that's going on is really, really exciting and inspiring and cool. And it's funny that I was overhearing here that TechBBQ and Bark started about the same time. So we're about the same age. We've been evolving together. I think there's good karma in that. But getting onto it, if we think about that time period, a lot has changed. When you think about innovation and especially since this device came out, this is 12 years old now, and just everything that's happened, how different the world is. It seems like that's not all that new, but when you think about what's inspired and what's come from it, we now do things that were mind-blowing at the time. You can download a video to your phone, which I did before getting on a plane to fly over here. You can download it in minutes. You used to have your laptop and let that thing sit open for 4 hours, and then the video would be there. You can stream any piece of video or content to your phone anywhere in the world. You can listen to any song. You can stand on the curb, open your app. The phone will know where you are. A car will drive up, pick you up, drop you off somewhere. You don't have to pay, and you don't have to tell anyone where you're going. It's incredible. You can stay at a stranger's house and pay them for it and never meet them. All these things have been innovations over these last 10 or 12 years, which is pretty phenomenal. The area that I get to innovate in is also pretty big. I don't think it's thought of too much in terms of innovation, or not as much, but is commerce. And I think of commerce as a very, very important area. It's the things that we consume. It's what we buy. It's the things we need to survive. It's the things that we just love having in our lives. It's the things that we take into our homes and into our lives that make us happy, or in my case, make my dog happy, or make all dogs happy. So I really, really love working on commerce and innovation in commerce. And this is what I get to spend all day doing, is making dogs happy. That's our mission. That guides everything we do. So I get the privilege of thinking about Hugo, and then what will make him happy, and then I get to go off and invent it. And that's really fun. So we're fortunate. This is our little area of commerce innovation, but not so little. It's silly, that's for sure, and that makes it fun. We love silliness. We love dogs, but not so little. This is the growth in the U.S. pet industry over the last quarter century. As you see, it just grows more and more and more. This is in billions of dollars spent. So this year, about $80 billion will be spent on our pets in the U.S. You also see it's a nice steady climb all the way up there. So when recessions come and go, we keep spending more and more on our pets. It's one of the last things that we stop spending on. So it's not such a small area. I think it's an easy area to overlook because of the silliness of our customer. but it is really big business, and it also gives us a lot of opportunity for innovative ideas. Thought I got it there. So let me take you back, give a little background how we started. This is our first shipment ever. I could photograph it all, and I was standing against a wall there. But the concept is pretty simple. It's a monthly subscription service. We send a box. We put in there generally 2 toys, 2 treats, 1 chew for your dog. It's thematic, so it's supposed to be more fun for you. It's supposed to be Instagrammable for you, and the dog will feed off of your energy. So as you get excited and happy about the theme and how funny it is, your dog senses that and gets really excited about what they're about to get, and it's sort of circular. It's been called recently a Broadway show in a box, so I like that. It's one way of thinking about it. But that's sort of the origin or the base story. And you might think, and you'd probably be right, that, I lied. I lied backstage. I said I didn't have a photo of my dog. That's him in the upper left. All right, cool. So that's Hugo. But you might be thinking that we have a very easy customer to serve. My dog, you say the word treat, like a lot of other dogs, he gets excited. He doesn't know what's coming, and he's most likely going to accept it and be very happy about what he gets. And that's true for all of our customers like this. Much easier industry, or I'd say a much easier customer than, say, the beauty industry sending out cosmetics. That might be an audience that's a little more finicky about what they get, or cats. So we stay away from cats. But we do have, in this sense, we have a very easy customer to please. Sadly, we have to deal with humans. If we could figure out a way to get around the human, the job would be easier. But the humans are quite demanding on behalf of their dogs, so we've got to serve them. And our customers have very, very modern expectations. Following that iPhone being invented, all the innovation, it's carried through commerce. And so what you've seen is a lot of the brands and those types of brands that are on the left being replaced by the types of brands that are on the right. And I'll talk more about some of why that displacement's happening. So BarkBox, that was our first product. That was the one I showed where it was standing against the wall. Basic product, couple items in a box, themed, sent it out every month. And we survey our customers. We really care about what they think, and we survey them every month, and we hear back at a really high rate. Where we started was very common. It was very normal when you look at, I was going to go back to the previous slide, but when you look at how commerce works, you take in a lot of feedback, and then I'd say a lot of those 20th century brands, what they would do in the past is they'd say, well, I keep hearing this same thing over and over and over and over. Our customers are complaining about this just very consistently, and wait for a critical mass. And then they would develop a new product. We were taking the same approach. So we're listening very carefully as the survey results come in, but we're waiting until there are enough of them to act. So one example of that is Super Chewer. One very common piece of feedback that we would hear month after month was, toys aren't durable enough. My dog destroyed it in 5 minutes. You've got to send things that my dog can't chew up very quickly. Not enough value because my dog destroyed it. Over and over and over. Heard it for months or maybe years. And then we responded and we created a new product called Super Chewer. People love it. We can now serve those dogs. But it took us years. And it's too slow. It's too slow, and it's not good enough for today's consumer. You can't pay for a service and complain about it and say, I'm not getting value for it for months and years and continue going. So taking that approach is just not enough. not in this century. It's a very old way of thinking. And that leads into the point here. So I learn a lot from our team. We have a team called our Happy Team, based in Ohio. They are incredible. They're amazing people. So this is just some of the stuff that they do. They support 12 different channels of engagement, available 24/7. They will talk to well over 2 million customers this year. So over 200,000 customers per month they're talking to, which is about 30% of our base. That's who they're talking to. Get a lot of compliments back from them. But that conversation is very key. And they're a phenomenal team. Not sure how much time I have, but one example of just how incredible they are, like a lot of commerce companies, we grow up, we move our warehouse, we have, there are a lot of horror stories about when you change fulfillment centers, everything that goes wrong and the months or years of pain that follow. We went through that last year. We made a move, and we probably had months or years of pain coming. This team, located in Ohio, took it upon themselves. They're hearing so much of this from the customer over and over. My box is delayed, you sent me the wrong things, whatever. They rented buses, took them down to North Carolina, got Airbnbs, and worked in that warehouse until they were caught up and customers were getting the right thing. That's the kind of team they are. So they teach us, the rest of us in the company, a lot about the best way to serve customers. And if you're wondering about the title, here it is. So one way that they've taught us recently is in those conversations, they're talking to every customer, and a really surprising thing happened a few years ago. So they got a call from a customer who said, we love your product. I'm a subscriber, but I don't have a dog. I have a pig. And apparently that's pretty common. We have more than one pig subscriber. But I have a pig. And we love the toys, we love the treats, we love the themes. You've done an amazing job, but I have one request. And this month you missed the mark on the treats, because the treats that you sent are made of pork. Think about that. So when you're serving that many customers, there are nice-to-haves, and then there are must-haves. And I would put on the must-have list, cannibalization is out. I'm not into that. So that was one where we couldn't wait for a critical mass of thousands of pigs telling us no pork treats, and then develop a product and get it to them a year later, which is a very common commerce or retail way of thinking about it, is like, we'll develop a product and then we'll serve you later. It's non-negotiable. You cannot send pork treats to a pig. So we didn't. That team at that point said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write that down on a Post-it note and put it on the wall, and I will pack your box personally, and I'll send it to you every month. And Post-it notes on the wall became Google spreadsheet. Pretty soon, one customer like that became 20, became 100, became 1,000, and it started to weave its way into our whole company. And so our team called that No Dog Left Behind. Whatever you asked for, we would respond with. And that's been a really big innovation for us, and I think is the future of commerce, where you won't see that in a Walmart store. You won't see them have the ability to know each individual customer and then instantly turn and serve them with the products they want and keep up with their changing needs. So we do that every month. We bring in a customer, we know all about them, and we keep talking to them. Like I said, we talk to a third of our customers every month. We have very conversational conversations with our customers, hearing more and more about their dog and how we can serve them better. And it just keeps getting better and better, and the relationship is richer. This, to me, is both one of the biggest innovations in commerce in recent years and the entire future. The ability to listen and then respond instantly is something that is a new innovation. It's 10 years old. It's this technology, everything that all of you and everyone here is working on is the kind of stuff that enables us to listen like that and then be that responsive. So today we're sending 650,000 units every month, and out of that we have 115,000 unique assortments. So highly, highly personalized, and it just grows month after month after month. So I doubt we'll get to a one-to-one, but that's where we're headed. And I think that's what every customer would want. Every one of us would want that from every company that we buy things from. We want the ability to say, this is exactly what I want right now, and get it to me now, because that's the value I want to pay for. So we've been able to do that, led by our Happy team. The innovation really there is, there's a lot of talk about big data and collecting all the data. It starts with the conversation and hearing the customer and having the systems to hear them and then respond to them. So it's been a lot of fun to build at. It's been a lot of fun talking with all of you this morning. Thanks for having me. Have a good day.